Hey everyone, Michael here. So today's video is a little bit of a rant as well as just something kind of mulling in the back of your head. um, Recently, I'm sorry, I'm messing with some crap on my desk. Recently, I have started really listening to my inner voice and just really kind of paying attention to what my spirit has to say. And it really has been a very unique and humbling experience. Um, for the longest time, I never really listened to my inner voice. I always just kind of like, oh, well, whatever, and then did my own thing, and then later had to pay the consequences for it, or not reap the benefit of what could have happened. So just recently, I was forced into a situation that I really didn't want to get involved in, but my spirit just nagged the shit out of me and told me, you need to do this. If for no other reason, just to shut me up, you need to do this. And I thought to myself, okay, whatever. And so I went ahead and I went through with it, and not only did I feel better, but it really opened my eyes to the situation at hand, and really just helped me put me in a better place, really. And without getting into too much, it was a situation where I found out some shady stuff was going down, and that there was potential for an innocent bystander really to get hurt, and so I just made the situation known to that bystander, and the events that followed afterwards were really not that surprising. It led to some hurt feelings and some things that just didn't, pan out the way that they should. And for me, it was, like, whatever. I said what I had to say. I got it off my chest. You do with the information as you need to do, but my spirit would not allow me to just sit idly by and do nothing. So this takes me to a new area where, prior to this particular situation, I was really, like I said, just kind of did my own thing, really didn't pay attention to what my inner spirit was trying to tell me, and so for the last month and a half, 2 months, I've just really been listening to that little tiny voice. Hey Michael, you might want to do this, or you should try this out, and just listening to those nudges. And it's been very positive so far, and there's been times where it's you probably shouldn't do this, and I go ahead and I do it anyways, and then I get the backlash from it, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna start listening to myself. And it's not like one of those crazy psychosomatic, I'm hearing voices in my head and I'm doing what the voices tell me to do. No, it's nothing like that. For me, it's more like on a higher spiritual level where I am just connecting with something, be it my ancestors, God, my higher power, whatever you want to attribute it to. And I know that in the world of mental health and stuff like that, people hearing voices really isn't a good thing, but it's more instinctual. I don't know how to explain it. It's just put me in a good place in my life right now. So the old me would have been angry and upset and whatever else with the events that followed that situation. And I wasn't, though. I was at peace with it. It was just like, you know what? Okay, fine. If this is how you need to be, that doesn't mean that's how I have to be. And so I really kind of just took that to heart and thought, okay, this is the lesson I needed to learn from this. And I moved on. The other thing that happened, kind of, I'm starting to think as a result of that particular situation, was that some money was owed to me for some work that I'd done, and the money, when confronted about it, was basically told I'm not going to pay. Fine, awesome, cool, good on you. Thank you for thank you for making me regret the fact that I did this work for you, but you know what, it's okay, because that's what this lesson was. So I had to learn a lesson from this, and long story short, on that end, I ended up not getting paid, which, fine, whatever. I've reaped the benefits of not being paid threefold. And when I say I reap the benefits of it, it's because I listened to my spirit, and it said, don't do it. There's something not right, something's not connected, whatever. And so, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and try to do this. And so everything was taken care of. By not having been paid the money that was owed, I've received little gifts of money from every faucet in my life. So that little bit that was owed to me has now been paid back 3 times. Maybe even 5 at this point. But the point of this is that no matter how you string it along, what you do to others comes back to you. So if you're violent, mean, cruel, underhanded, untrustworthy, so on and so forth, that is the type of energy you're putting out into the universe. That is what you're intentionally putting out there. That's what you're going to get back. And so because I'm trying to be a new, positive, more open person, because I didn't retaliate against this situation, I have been paid in full almost 5 times over. And it's been a very interesting spiritual quest that I've undergone the last 90 days of my life, or the last 90 days. And I'm starting to just realize, getting back into that groove of allowing things to happen as they will and not trying to impose my will upon the world is actually paying me back and paying off, and I'm getting right with myself. And I'm listening to that little voice, hey Michael, go try this out. So I go try it out, boom. Good things are happening to me. I've needed a new pair of shoes for a long time now. Had exactly $10 in my wallet. So I was bored at home one day. There's a thrift store less than 1,500 yards away from me. And I said, okay, you know what? Let's go take a look at this thrift store. Went in there, and this thrift store never has anything in my size. Clothing-wise, shoe-wise, anything. But You know what? I thought, if nothing else, I'm just going to get out of the house for a little while, go walk around, and enjoy myself. The minute I walk into the store, I see a brand new pair of Skechers shape-up shoes that looks like they've been worn maybe 2 times. Flip them over, the price, $5. Look over, on the sign, 50% off of all clothing today. I ended up getting a brand new pair of Skechers for $3.75 after taxes. Thank you, little miracles. And not even 2 days later, a girlfriend of mine that we've been friends for going on 15 years now calls me up. Hey, I just found you an amazing pair of Nikes. They look brand new. I'm picking them up for you if they fit you. And I'm like, okay, well, this is my size. And she's like, yep, they'll fit you. They're on their way. Again, little miracles, things coming into me because I'm putting out more positive energy. I'm exuding this new lifestyle. And it's not really so new to me. I just kind of got lost on my path in life and kind of shied away from how I used to live, because that's how I used to be. I was a very easygoing, let things happen as they will type of person, and I'd really say for the last 2.5, maybe 3 years, I kind of got away from that and had to try to control everything in my life. And, you know, I'm still a little bit of a control freak in certain areas, but I'm really trying to stay more focused on the positivity of things, like listening to myself, doing good for others without expecting anything in return, and just being more wholesome myself. And I do. I feel better. I feel a lot lighter. I don't have the anger and the hatred. Just kind of like sitting there like a brick. And it just feels good. So here's my challenge to everyone who is watching this video. If things aren't done right by you, meaning somebody's done you wrong or has been underhanded or sneaky or whatever else, instead of trying to seek out revenge, let it go. Forgive, forget, and move on. Because really, harboring that kind of anger and that constant need for an eye, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It really just... Some people are so, like, self-involved that they never will change or see that it's actually them that is wrong or that has caused all this problem, or, you know, it's on them. It's not you. Don't look at the negative aspects of something happening. Look for the positive and the life learned lessons in that. Here's a perfect example. Some of you may or may not know this, and I don't know if I've ever covered it from other videos or not, but back in 2003, me, my sister, and my niece were homeless. We were homeless for about 4 months. Our house burnt down in the 2003 wildfires that happened there in California, in the San Bernardino area, and we lost our house. My sister and my niece went to go stay with her boss, and they lived in a travel trailer, and I basically stayed in my car. Every now and then I would go and stay with my parents, but for the most part I stayed in my car. and slept in the parking lot at Walmart. And every now and then I was able to get a hotel room, and then me, my sister, and my niece would all share the room for a night or two, and then we'd go back to our original surviving situations. I wouldn't really call it living situations. And so prior to that, we were a little arrogant in our lifestyle, where we were just, look at everything that we've accomplished, and look at all of our possessions, and look at our house, and isn't it really pretty, and don't you just love this decor? And so we were very kind of snobbish and living high on the horse. And then all of a sudden we were reduced to the clothes on our back, a stuffed animal, and a book, and one car. That was it. Yeah. Pretty freaking life-changing, altering event. Going from having things to nothing, and having to go to a homeless shelter and get clothing and toothbrushes and just the things that you take for granted. So that really humbled us. And the life lesson that we learned in that was not to hold on to our possessions as much as we did, and that we actually learned what we needed to survive and what we didn't need to survive. And we take that stuff for granted all the time. And so once you just learn to let go of things and pretty much just allow the cards to fall where they will, you will see your life will become so much better. But, you also have to make that choice and that decision that you're going to be a good person in every aspect of your life. That if you help somebody, you're not looking for any return. If you do something for someone, you're doing it because it's in your heart and it's the right thing to do. You do without expectation. And once you stop expecting, you start receiving. And that's been the life lesson that I've learned in the last 90 days. Is stop placing expectations on the world, and you will be provided for. And that goes for everything, I don't have a lot, but I still give when I'm able to. Everyone knows my financial situation, especially if you've watched any of my videos. You know my financial situation. But if I have $5 in my pocket and I see somebody on the street asking for money, I'll give them $1 or $2. And it's not because I have a lot to give. It's because I know what having nothing is. And really, will that $2 make me or break me? Not really. What is a small, insignificant amount to me could be the world to somebody else. So I give to that person when I have to give. And because of that selfless act, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, reciprocates by making sure that whatever I needed that $2 for will then be taken care of. And yeah, it sounds magical, it sounds hokey pokey, it sounds religious, spiritual, whatever else. And you know what? It might be. But I I'm a spiritual person, but I also believe in the laws of attraction. And the laws of attraction are basically that whatever you put out, you get. And so that's just it, you know. Give of yourself, not because you have a lot, but because you could have less than what you have now. We get so caught up in needing to have the latest technology and a new car and this and that and the other thing. I just read a story about a man who walked 21 miles a day to and from work. Didn't have a car, didn't have anything. Took a bus so far and then walked 21 miles from that bus stop to work and never missed a day and was never late. The community read this, got together and raised over $160,000 for this man and gave it to him and presented him with a brand new car. He did nothing except for live a humble life and did what he had to do to get to work to support his family. Laws of attraction. He lived a very loving, positive life. He received a loving, positive gift. So that's where I'm at in my life right now. And this is the challenge I'm posing to all my viewers. Try to switch gears just for 30 days. Try it for a month. And if you don't feel any different, you don't feel any positive reinforcements coming into your life, but okay, let me back that up. Don't expect a return. Just do it for the hell of it. Do it because you want to, not because you're expecting that, oh, if I give out $10, I'm going to get $20 back. No. Do it out of the love and the kindness in your heart. Do for others that you wouldn't do for yourself. So, if you see that homeless person, go buy a hamburger and give it to them. Or, you know what? Give them the money. Chances are they are going to drink it away, but you know what? It doesn't matter what they do with the gift that you bestow upon them. It's what comes from that bestowment that matters. So, here's my challenge. Go out for the next 30 to 60 days and give of yourself and let go of all the control in your life and don't fight. You know, just do. Just be happy, thankful, grateful for what you have in your life. Instead of going to Facebook and posting this long ranting bitch about what happened in your life, talk about the good things that happened that day. That's something else I've learned to do. And it's been amazing with what has transpired in my life, you know? It's just been really, really good and amazing. Just that simple act, you know? It has really significantly and profoundly changed me, and I'm going to try to pull up something that I posted the other day that just made me feel really good. And it was in one of those times where I was just in a very good, positive place in my life. Okay, so here's what I posted, and this is after I was just feeling really good about myself. Today, I'm thankful for my guiding spirit and that I'm mature enough to listen to it and learn from its wisdoms and warning. I am blessed for the true people in my life, for the times that we've shared and the journeys that we've been on. I am blessed for my gifts of insight, of love, of understanding, of fortitude, and my humble living. My soul sings a rejoiceful song for all the universe has provided for me and continues to bless me with daily. For those persons who are fly by night and take advantage of me and unappreciate me and do wrong by me, you need to get right. I say this in hopes that one day you realize that I am a better friend. I am better as a friend than an enemy. I do not arbor no ill will. You are nothing more than a leaf on my tree, and there has been many before you, and there shall be many after you. So that's where I was that day. And it's not... That day I was just feeling really, really good about myself, thankful for the life lessons that I had learned over the last few days up on that post. I was just really humbled by everything, and that's when I started seeing the repayment coming from the universe, that even though I was done wrong, I was getting something returned to me. And so that just put me in a really amazing place, and I just had a spiritual aha moment. And so I felt like sharing that with everyone. And I have a ton of comments on there talking about how positive, how uplifting, how spiritually insightful, so on and so forth, that post was for people. And I even had 14 or 15 people share my status update. So it was just very rewarding for me to just get that out and just be thankful for everything that I had done and that I had learned during that time period. So really, like I told you in the beginning, it was a long rant, but basically, do for others as you would have done for yourself. And just be good. Be good people. There's no reason to constantly seek out eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It doesn't get anything accomplished. You walk around with a bunch of cycloptic, toothless freaks. So, if you take up my challenge, please let me know. Post it on the video links down below. Send me an email, hellocupcakeitsme @gmail.com. Let me know what you've done and how you've seen the change come to you. So until then, I will talk to you all later. Have a wonderful, blessed week, and see you around.